cannot tell what ails her heart when it's sad. Ah me. 'Tis but a foolish sigh. Ah me. Born but to droop and die. Ah me. Yet all the sense of eloquence lies hidden in a maze. Ah me. Yet all the sense of eloquence lies hidden in a maze. Ah me. Ah me. Ah me. Yet all the sense of eloquence lies hidden in a maze. Ah me.
Mistress Merrill.
Oh, it's you, is it? Well, you may go away if you like, because I don't want you, you know.
Well, haven't you got anything to say to me?
Oh, yes. Are the birds all caged? The wild beasts all littered down? Are the locks, bolts, chains, and bars in good order? Is the little ease sufficiently uncomfortable? All the racks, and pincers, and thumb screws ready for work? You brute!
These allusions to my professional duties are in doubtful taste. And I didn't become a head jailer because I like head jailing. I didn't become an assistant tormentor because I like assistant tormenting. Well, we can't all be sorcerers, you know. You brought that upon yourself.
Colonel Fairfax is no sorcerer. He's a man of science and an alchemist.
Well, whatever he is, he won't be one for long. For he's to be beheaded today for dealings with the devil. Oh, his master nearly had him last night when the fire broke out in the Beecham Tower.
Oh, how I wish he'd escaped in the confusion. But take care. There's still time for a reply to his petition for mercy.
I'm content to chance that. This evening at 7:30.
Oh, the cruel monster that speaks so unfeelingly of the death of a young and handsome soldier.
Young and handsome? How do you know he's young and handsome?
Because I've seen him every day for weeks past, taking his exercise on the Beecham Tower.
Curse him!
There. I believe you're jealous of him now. Jealous of a man I've never spoken to. Jealous of a poor soul who's to die in an hour.
I am! I'm jealous of everybody and everything. I'm jealous of the very words I speak to you. Because they reach your ears and I mustn't go near them.
How unjust you are. Jealous of the words you speak to me. Well, you know as well as I do, I don't even like them.
You used to like them?
I used to pretend I liked them. It was mere politeness to comparative strangers.
I don't believe you know what jealousy is. I don't believe you know how it works its way into a man's heart, disorders his digestion, turns his interior into boiling lead. Oh, you are an heartless jive to trifle with the delicate mechanism of the human interior.
But that we with one consent, where our loved land invaded,
still would face a foreign foe, as in days of long ago. Still would face a foreign foe, as in days of long ago. As in days of long ago. Days of long ago.
Still would face a foreign foe, as in days of long ago.
Warless, under-warless, gallant white men, valiant soldiers, brave and daring, foemen scaring, in their bygone days of daring.
There is the art of our life. This is the evening of our day. Weary of battle pride, weary of mortal fray. This is the art of life. This is the evening of our day.
This
Good day to you.
Good day, Dame Carruthers. Busy today.
Busy? Aye. The fire in the Beecham last night has given me work enough. A dozen poor prisoners. Richard Colfax, Sir Martin Byfleet, Colonel Fairfax, Warren the preacher poet, and half a score others, all packed into one small cell, not 6 feet square. Poor Colonel Fairfax, who's to die today, is to be removed to number 14 in the cold harbor, so that he may have his last hour alone with his confessor, and I've to see to that.
He'll die bravely. I fought unto him 2 years since, and he valued his life as it were a feather.
He's the best, the bravest, and the handsomest young gentleman in England. He twice saved my father's life, and it's a cruel thing, a wicked thing, and a barbarous thing that so gallant a hero should do
for dealings with the devil, aye. If all were beheaded who dealt with him, there'd be busy doings on Tower Green.
You know as well as I do, Colonel Fairfax is a student of alchemy, nothing more and nothing less. But this wicked tower, like a cruel giant in a fairy tale, must be fed with blood, and that blood must be the best and bravest in all of England, or it's not good enough for the old blunderbore!
Silence, silly girl. You know not what you say. I was born in the old keep, and I've grown grey in it, and please God, I shall die and be buried in it. And there's not a stone in its walls that's not as dear to me as my own right hand.
Their own, and the Saxons from the conqueror were flying. At his bidding it arose in its panoply of stone, a sentinel unliving and undying. Insensible, I trow, as a sentinel should be, though a queen to save her head should come a-suing. There's a legend on its brow that is eloquent to me, and it tells of duty done and duty doing. The screw may twist and the rag may turn, and men may bleed and men may burn, o'er London town and its golden hoard I keep my silent watch and ward.
The screw may twist and the rag may turn, and men may bleed and men may burn, o'er London town and its golden hoard I keep my silent watch and ward.
Within its wall of rock, the flower of the brave have perished with the constancy unshaken. From the dungeon to the block, from the scaffold to the grave, is a journey many gallant hearts have taken. And the wicked flames make it strong the heroes who have fought for conscience and for home in all its beauty. But the grim fortalice takes little heed of aught that comes not in the measure of its duty. The screw may twist and the rag may turn, and men may bleed and men may burn, o'er London town and its golden hoard
But there is one hope yet. Thy brother, who as a reward for his valor is appointed a yeoman of the guard, is to arrive today. And as he comes straight from Windsor, where the court is, it may be that he will bring the expected reprieve with him.
Oh, that he may!
Amen to that. For the colonel twice saved my life, and I'd give the rest of my life to save his. And wouldst thou not be glad to welcome thy brave brother, with the fame of whose exploits all England is a-ringing?
Aye, truly, if he brings the reprieve.
And not otherwise?
Well, he is a brave fellow indeed, and I love brave men.
All brave men?
Most of them, I verily believe. But I do hope Leonard will not be too strict with me. They say he is a very dragon of virtue and circumspection. Now, my dear old father is kindness itself, and
leaves thee pretty much to thine own ways, eh? Well, I have no fears for thee. Thou hast a feather brain, but thou art a good lass.
Yes, that's all very well. But if Leonard is going to tell me that I may not do this and may not do that, I must not talk with this one or walk with that one, but must go through the world with my lips pursed up and my eyes cast down like some poor nun who has renounced mankind, why, as I have not renounced mankind, and don't mean to renounce mankind, I won't have it. There!
Nay, he'll not check thee more than is good for thee, Phoebe. He's a brave fellow, and bravest among brave fellows. And yet it seems but yesterday that he robbed the lieutenant's orchard. A laughing boy but yesterday, a merry urchin blithe and gay, whose joyous shout came ringing out, unchecked by care and sorrow. Today a warrior all sun-brown, when deeds of soldierly renown are now the boast of London town, a veteran tomorrow. Today a warrior, a veteran tomorrow. When at my Leonard's deed sublime a soldier's pulse beats double time, and grave hearts thrill as brave hearts will at tales of martial glory, I burn with flush of pride and joy, a pride unbittered by alloy, to find my boy, my darling boy, the theme of song and story, to find my darling boy, the theme of song and story, to find my boy, my darling boy, the theme of song and story. Leonard! My brave boy, I'm right glad to see thee, and so is Phoebe.
Aye, hast thou brought Colonel Fairfax's reprieve?
Nay, I have here a dispatch for the lieutenant, but no reprieve for the colonel.
Poor gentleman, poor gentleman.
I would I had brought better news. I'd give my right hand, nay, my body, my life to save his.
Dost thou speak in earnest, my lad?
My father, I'm no braggart. Did he not save thy life, and am I not his foster brother?
Then hearken to me. Thou hast come to join the yeoman of the guard.
Well,
none hast seen thee but ourselves.
And a sentry who took but scant notice of me.
Now to prove thy words, give thee the dispatch, and get thee hence at once. Here is money, and I'll send thee more. Lie hidden for a space, and let no one know. I'll convey a suit of yeoman's uniform to the colonel's cell. He shall shave off his beard so that none shall know him, and I'll own him as my son, the brave Leonard Merrill, who saved his flag and cut his way through 50 foes who thirsted for his life. He'll be welcomed by my fellow yeoman, I'll warrant that. Now, how to gain access to the colonel's cell? The key is held by thy sour-faced admirer, Wilfred Shadbolt.
I think I can get anything I want from Wilfred. I think, and mind I say I think, you can leave that to me.
Then get thee hence at once, my lad, and bless thee for this sacrifice.
And take my blessing too, dear, dear Leonard.
And thine, eh? Thy love is newborn. Wrap it up carefully, lest it take cold and die.
Alas, I waver to and fro. Dark danger hangs upon the deed. Dark danger hangs upon the deed.
The scheme is rash and well may fail, but ours are not the hearts that quail, the hands that shrink, the cheeks that pale in hours of need.
No, ours are not the hearts that quail,
The hands that shrink, the cheeks that pale, the hands that shrink, the cheeks that pale in hours of need.
The air I breathe to him I owe, my life is his, I count it not.
That life is his, so count it not.
And shall I reckon risks I run when services are to be done to save the life of such an one? Unworthy thought, unworthy thought.
And shall we reckon risks we run to save the life of such an one?
unworthy thought, unworthy thought.
We may succeed, who can foretell? Heaven help our hope. Heaven help our hope.
Nay, lads, be of good cheer. We may save him yet.
See, Father, they bring the gentleman up from the beach. Oh, Father, his hour is not yet come.
No, they lead him to the cold harbour tower to await his end in solitude. But softly, the lieutenant approaches. He should not see thee weep.
Their face. Colonel Fairfax, my old friend. We meet, but sadly.
Sir, I greet you with all goodwill, and I thank you for the zealous care with which you have guarded me from the pestilent dangers which threaten human life outside. In this happy little community, death, when he comes, doth so in punctual and businesslike fashion, and like a courtly gentleman giveth due notice of his advent, that one may not be taken unawares.
Sir, you bear this bravely, as a brave man should.
Why, sir, 'tis no light boon to die swiftly and surely at a given hour and in a given fashion. Truth to tell, I would gladly have my life. But if that may not be, I have the next best thing to it, which is death. Believe me, sir, my lot is not so much amiss.
But Father, I cannot bear it.
My poor lass.
Nay, pretty one, why weepest thou? Come, be comforted, such a life as mine is not worth weeping for. Sergeant Merrill, is it not? May I greet my old friend? Why, man, what's all this? Thou and I have faced the grim old king a dozen times, and never has his majesty come to me in such goodly fashion. Keep a stout heart, good fellow. We are soldiers, and we know how to die, thou and I. Take my word for it. It is easier to die well than to live well. For, in sooth, I have tried both. Is life a boon, if sore it must befall, that death, whene'er he call, must fall too soon? The fourscore years he give, yet one would pray to live another moon. What kind of plaint have I, who perish in July, who perish in July? I might have had to die, perchance, in June. I might have had to die, perchance, in June. Is life a thorn? Then count it not a whit, nay, count it not a whit. Man is well done with it. Soon as he's born, he should all means essay to put the plague away. And I, poor born, poor captured fugitive, my life most gladly I might have had to live another morn. I might have had to live another Now, Sir Richard, I have a boon to beg. I am in this strait for no better reason than because my kinsman, Sir Clarence Poltwhistle, one of the Secretaries of State, has charged me with sorcery in order that he may succeed to my estate, which devolves to him provided I die unmarried.
Which thou wilt most surely do.
Nay, which I will most surely not do by your worship's grace. I have a mind to thwart this good cousin of mine.
How?
By marrying forthwith, to be sure.
Heaven have mercy, whom wouldst thou marry?
Nay, I am indifferent on that score. Coming death hath made of me a true and chivalrous knight, who holds all womanhood in such esteem that the oldest and the meanest and the worst favored of them is good enough for him. So if thou wilt serve a poor soldier but an hour to live, find me the first that comes. My confessor shall marry us, and her dower shall be my dishonored name, and 100 crowns to boot. No such poor dower for an hour of matrimony.
It is a strange request.
I doubt I should be warranted in granting it.
There never was a marriage fraught with so little of evil to the contracting parties. In an hour, she'll be a widow, and I, a bachelor again, for aught I know.
I will see what can be done, for I hold thy kinsman in abhorrence for the scurvy trick he hath played thee.
1,000 thanks, good sir. We meet again on this spot in an hour or so. I'll be a bridegroom then, and your worship will wish me joy. Until then, farewell. I am ready, good fellows.
Right pace. Forward march. He is a brave fellow, and it is a pity that he should die. Now, how to find him a bride at such short notice? Well, the task should be easy.
I pray you bear with us and we will satisfy you. We are merry folk who would make all as merry as ourselves. Oh, look you, there is humor in all things, and the truest philosophy is that which teaches us to find it and to make the most of it.
What do I say, unmannerly fellow?
Didst thou hear her say hands off?
Aye, I heard her say it and I fell to do it. What then?
Thou dost not see the humor of it?
Nay, if I do, hang me.
Thou dost not. Now observe. She said hands off. Whose hands? Thine. Of whom? Of her. Why? Because she's a woman. Now, had she not been a woman, thine hands had not been set upon her at all. So the reason for the laying on of hands is the reason for the taking off of hands. And therein is contradiction, contradicted. It is the very marriage of pro with con, and no such lopsided union either as times go. For pro is not more unlike con, and man is unlike woman. Yet men and women marry every day with none to say, oh, the pity of it, but I am fools like you. Now, wherewithal shall we please you? We can rhyme you couplet, trialet, sonnet, ballade, rondelay, what you will. We can dance you saraband, rondelay, carol, pimpernel, and jumping joe.
Let us give them the singing farce of the merry man and his maid. Oh, merry man and maid! There is song and dance.
I have a song to sing, oh.
Sing your song, oh.
It is sung to the moon by a lovelorn loon who fled from the mocking throng, oh. Song of a merry man moping mum, whose soul was sad and whose glance was glum, who sipped no sup and who craved no crumb, as he sighed for the love of a lady. Heidi, Heidi, misery me, lackadaisy, sipped no sup and he craved no crumb, as he sighed for the love of a lady.
I have a song to sing, oh.
What is your song, oh?
It is sung with a sigh and a tear in the eye. It is it's a song of a merry maid, tearly proud, who loved our Lord, who loved our love, and the moan of the merry man moping mum, whose soul was sad, whose glance was glum,
song to sing, oh.
Sing me your song, oh.
It is sung to the knell of a churchyard bell and a doleful dirge ding-dong, oh. It's a song of a popinjay bravely born, who turned up his noble nose with scorn, and the humble merry maid hear thee proud, who loved a lord and who laughed aloud, at the moan of the merry man, moping mum, whose soul was sad and whose glance was glum, who sipped no sup and who craved no crumb, as he sighed for the love of a lady. Lady, lady, misery me, lackey lady, sipped no sup and he craved no crumb, as he sighed for the love of a lady.
I have a song to sing, oh.
Sing me your song, oh.
It is sung with a sigh and a tear in the eye, for it tells of a righted wrong, oh. It's a song of a merry maid once so gay, who turned on a heel and tripped away from the peacock popinjay bravely born, who turned up his noble nose with scorn at the heart that he did not prize. So she begged her knees with downcast eyes for the love of a merry man, moping mum, whose soul was sad and his glance was glum, who sipped no sup and craved no crumb, as he sighed for the love of a lady.
Misery me, lackey lady, came to her all and he sighed no more, for he lived in the love of a lady. Misery me, lackey lady, came to her all and he sighed no more, for he lived in the love of a lady.
Well sung and well done.
And a kiss for that pretty maid.
Aye, a kiss all around.
Let's be ready.
This is going too far.
Yeah, thou dost not see the humor in it yet, but yet there's humor in all things, even in that.
What is this for?
Sir, we sang to these folk, and they would have repaid us with gross courtesy, but for your honest coming.
Away with ye! We are the rebel!
And now, my girl, who are you? What do you here?
May it please you, sir? We are two strolling players, Jack Point and I, Elsie Maynard, at your worship's service. We go from fair to fair, singing and dancing and playing brief interludes, and so we make a poor living.
You two, are you man and wife?
No, sir, for though I am a fool, there is a limit to my folly. Her mother, old Bridget Maynard, travels with us, for Elsie is a good girl. But the old woman is abed with fever, and we have come here to pick up some silver to buy an electuary for her.
Harkee, girl. Thy mother is ill.
Sorely ill, sir.
It needs good food and many things that thou canst not buy.
Alas, sir, it is too true.
Wouldst thou own 100 crowns?
100 crowns! They might save her life.
Then listen. A worthy but unhappy gentleman is to be beheaded in an hour on this very spot. For sufficient reason, he wishes to marry before he dies, and he hath asked me to find him a wife. Wilt thou be that wife?
The wife of a man I have never seen.
Why, sir, look you, I am concerned in this, for while I am not yet wedded to Elsie Maynard, time works wonders, and there's no knowing what may be in store for us. Have we your worship's word for it that this gentleman will die today?
Nothing is more certain, I grieve to say.
And that the maiden will be allowed to depart the very instant the ceremony is at an end?
The very instant. I pledge my honor that it shall be so.
100 crowns.
100 crowns. 100 crowns.
Well, for my part, I consent. It is for Elsie to speak. How say you, maiden, will you wed a man about to lose his head? For half an hour you'll be a wife, and then the dowry's yours for life. A headless bridegroom I refuse. If truth the poets tell, most bridegrooms ere they marry lose both head and heart as well.
A strange proposal you reveal, it almost makes my senses reel. Alas, I'm very poor indeed, I'm such a son my sorry need. My mother said is like to die, his money life may bring. Bear this in mind, I pray, if I consent to do this thing.
Though, as a general rule of life, I don't allow my promised wife, my lovely bride that is to be, to marry anyone but me. Yet if the fee is promptly paid, and he in well-earned grave, within the hour is duly laid, objection I will waive. Yes, objection I will waive.
Temptation, oh temptation, will be a great intended, to shun whatever ostentation, your fascination splendid, or fall whene'er we view you, head over heels into you, head over heels, head over heels, head over heels into you. Head over heels, head over heels.
You're a jester?
Aye, sir, and like some of my jests, out of place.
I have a vacancy for such an one. What are your qualifications for such a post?
Marry, sir, I have a pretty wit. I can rhyme you extempore. I can convulse you with quip and conundrum. I have the lighter philosophies at my tongue's tip. I can be merry, wise, quaint, grim, and sardonic, one by one, or all at once. I have a pretty turn for anecdote. I know all the jests, ancient and modern, past, present, and to come. I can riddle you from dawn of day to set of sun, and if that content you not, well on to midnight and the small hours. Oh, sir, a pretty wit, I warrant you. A pretty, pretty wit. I jibe and joke, and quip and clank, for lowly folk, and men of rank. I ply my craft, and know no fear, but aim my shaft at prince or peer, at peer or prince, at prince or peer. I aim my shaft and know no fear. It's subject to no academic rule. You may find it in the jeering of a jest, or distill it from the folly of a fool. I can teach you with a quick by the mind. I can trick you into learning with a laugh. Oh, we know all my folly, 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 and you'll find a grain or two of truth among the chaff. Oh, we know all my folly, 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 and you'll find a grain or two of truth among the chaff. I can set a braggart quailing with a quip. The upstart I can wither with a win. He may wear a merry laugh upon his lip, but his laughter has an echo that is grim. When they're offered to the world in many guise, unpleasant truths are swallowed with a will. For he who make his fellow creatures wise should always gild the philosophic pill. For he who make his fellow creatures wise should always gild the philosophic pill.
Your last employ?
Why, sir, it was in this wise. My lord was the Archbishop of Canterbury, and it was considered that one of my jokes was ill-suited to his Grace's family circle. In truth, sir, I ventured to ask a poor riddle. Wherein lay the difference between his Grace and poor Jack Point? His Grace was pleased to give it up, sir. And thereupon I told him that, whereas his Grace was paid 10,000 a year for being good, poor Jack Point was good for nothing. 'Twas but a harmless jest, but it offended his Grace, who whipped me and set me in the stocks for a Scurrill Road, and so we parted. I had as lief not take post again with the dignified clergy.
I trust you are very careful not to give offense. I have daughters.
Sir, my jests are most carefully selected. Anything objectionable is expunged. If your honor pleases, we will try them first on your honor's chaplain.
Can you give me an example? Say I had sat me down hurriedly on something sharp.
Sir, I should say that you had sat down on the spur of the moment.
I don't think much of that. Is that the best you can do?
It has always been much admired, sir, but we'll try again.
Well then, I am at dinner, and the joint of meat is but half cooked.
Why then, sir, I should say that what is underdone cannot be helped.
Oh, I would find that matter of thing to be awfully irritating.
At first, sir, perhaps, but use is everything, and in time you would come to like it.
We shall say that I caught you kissing the kitchen wench under my very nose.
Under her very nose, good sir, not under yours. That is where I should kiss her. Do you take me? Oh, a pretty wit. A pretty wit.
The maiden comes. Follow me, friend. We will discuss this matter at length in my library.
I am your worship's servant. That is to say, I trust I soon shall be. But before proceeding to a more serious topic, can you tell me, sir, why a cook's brain pan is like an overwound clock?
A truce to this fooling. Follow me.
Just my luck. My best conundrum wasted.
And his confessor to be closeted alone with a strange singing girl. I would fain have espied her, but they stopped up the keyhole. My keyhole!
Wilfred, and alone.
Now what could he have wanted with her? That's what puzzles me.
Now to get the key from him.
About to die.
Wilfred! Has no reprieve arrived?
None. Thine adored Fairfax is to die.
Nay. Thou knowest that I have naught but pity for the poor condemned gentleman.
I know that he who is to die means more to thee than I, who am alive and well.
Why, that were out of reason, dear Wilfred. Do they not say that a live ass is better than a dead lion?
Huh?
No, I don't mean that.
Oh, they say that, do they?
It's unpardonably rude of them, but I believe they put it that way. Not that it applies to thee, who art clever beyond all telling.
Oh, yes, as an assistant tormentor.
Nay, as a wit, as a humorist, as a most philosophic commentator on the vanity of human resolution.
Well, truly, I have seen great resolution give way under my persuasive methods. In the Norse regulation of a thumbscrew, in the 100th part of a single revolution, lieth all the difference between stony silence and a torrent of impulsive unbosoming that the pen can scarcely follow. I'm a mad wag.
Truly, thou art a most delightful and light-hearted companion, Master Wilfred. Thine anecdotes of the torture chamber are the prettiest hearing.
Well, I'm a pleasant fellow and a choose. I believe I'm the merriest dog that barks. Oh, we might be passing happy together.
Perhaps. I do not know.
For thou wouldst make a most tender and loving wife.
Aye. To one whom I really loved. For there's a wealth of love within this little heart, saving up for, I wonder whom. No, of all the world of men, I wonder who. To think that he who I am to wed is now alive and somewhere. Perhaps far away. Perhaps close at hand. And I know him not. It seems that I am wasting time in not knowing him.
No, say that it is I. Nay, suppose it for the nonce. Say that we are wed. Suppose it only. Say that thou art my very bride, and I, thy bright, cheery, joyous, frolicsome husband. And at the day's work being done, and the prisoners stowed away for the night, thou and I, alone together, with a long, long evening before us.
It is a pretty picture. But I scarcely know. It cometh so unexpectedly. And yet, were I thy bride?
Aye, wert thou my bride?
Oh, how I would love thee! Were I thy bride, then all the world beside would not too wide to hold my wealth of love. Were I thy bride, upon thy breast my loving head would rest as on her nest the tender turtle dove. Were I thy bride, this heart of mine would be one heart with thine, and in that shrine our happiness would dwell. Were I thy bride, and all day long our life should be a song, no grief, no wrong should make my heart rebel. Were I thy bride, the silvery flute, the melancholy lute would night us my low whispered coo. Were I thy bride, the skylark's trill would but discordant shrill to the soft thrill of wooing as I woo.
Not yet. But Lord, how she wooed! No, I should be no mean judge of wooing. You'll see that I've been more hotly wooed than most men. Well, I've been wooed by maid, widow, and wife. Now, I've been wooed boldly, timidly, tearfully, shyly, by direct assault, by suggestion, by implication, by inference, and by innuendo. Oh, but this wooing is not of the common order. It is the wooing of one who needs must woo me, if she die for it.
The deed is so far safely accomplished. The sly boots, how she wheedled him! What a helpless ninny is a lovesick man! He is but a lute in a woman's hand. She plays upon him whatever tune she will. But the colonel comes. If faith, he's just in time, for the yeoman parade here for his execution in 2 minutes.
My good and kind friend, thou runnest to grave risk for me.
Tut, sir, no risk. I'll warrant none here will recognize you. You make a brave yeoman, sir. No, this ruff is too high, huh? And so, this belt should be thus. And here is your halberd, sir. Carry it thus. And remember, you are my brave son, Leonard Merrill.
If I may not bear mine own name, there is none other would bear so readily.
Then put a bold face on it, sir, for they come.
Deeds of daring do are echoed all the country through, has come to join the Tower warders. If so, we come to meet him, that we may fitly greet him, and welcome his arrival here with shout and cheer and cheer, hurrah, hurrah, hurrah.
The Tower warders, nasty walls alarms, suckled on gunpowder and wind and glory. Behold my son, whose all-subduing arms have formed the theme of many a song and story. Forgive his aged father's pride, nor jeer his aged father's sympathetic tear.
And spare me this ovation. I have sport claim to such consideration. The tales that of my prowess so narrated have been prodigiously exaggerated. Prodigiously exaggerated.
'Tis ever thus, wherever valor true is found, true modesty will there abound.
Didst thou not, O Leonard Merrill, standard lost in last campaign, rescue it at deadly peril, bear it safely back again?
Leonard Merrill at his peril, bore it safely back again.
Didst thou not, when prisoner taken, and depart from all escape, face with gallant heart unshaken, death in most appalling shape?
Leonard Merrill faced his peril, death in most appalling shape.
Truly I was to be pitied, having but an hour to live. I reluctantly submitted, I had no alternative. Oh, the tales that are narrated of my deeds of bearing rule have been much exaggerated, very much exaggerated. Scarce a word of them is true, scarce a word of them is true.
They are not exaggerated, not at all exaggerated, could not be exaggerated. Every word of them is true.
your pardon.
Don't you know me? I'm little Phoebe.
Phoebe? Is this Phoebe? What? Little Phoebe? Who the deuce may she be? It can't be Phoebe, surely.
Yes, 'tis Phoebe, your sister Phoebe, your own little sister.
I speak the truth. 'Tis Phoebe.
Sister Phoebe.
Oh, my brother.
My, how you've grown. I did not recognize you.
So many years. Oh, my brother.
Oh, my sister. Oh, sister. Oh,
I, Ogden girl, there are three thou mayest dog, thy father and thy brother and myself.
Thyself, forsooth, and who art thou thyself?
Good sir, we are betrothed.
Well, more or less, but rather less than more.
To thy own care I do commend thy sister. Be to her an ever-watchful guardian, eagle-eyed, and when she feels, as sometimes she does feel, disposed to indiscriminate caress, be thou at hand to take those favours from her.
Be thou at hand to take those favours from her.
Yes, yes, be thou at hand to take those favors from me.
To thy fraternal care, thy sister I command, from every lurking snare, thy lovely charge defend, and to achieve this end, oh grant I pray this boon, oh grant this boon. She shall not quit thy sight from morn till afternoon, from afternoon to night, from 7 o'clock till 2, from 2 to eventide, from dim twilight to late at night, from dim twilight to late at night, she shall not quit thy side.
From morn to afternoon, from afternoon to late at night, she shall not quit thy side.
So if you pull I've grown so innocent as well, that if I'm left alone, the consequences fell, no mortal can foretell. So grant I pray this boon, oh grant this boon. I shall not quit thy sight from morn to afternoon, from afternoon to night, from 7 o'clock to 2, from 2 to eventide, from dim twilight to 11 at night, from dim twilight to 11 at night, I shall not quit thy side.
From morn to afternoon, from afternoon to 11 at night, she shall not quit thy side.
with brotherly readiness for my fair sister's sake. At once I answer yes, that task I undertake. My word I never break, I freely grant that boon, and I repeat my plight. from morn to afternoon, from afternoon to night, from 7 o'clock to 2, from 2 to evening near. From dim twilight to velvet night, from dim twilight to velvet night, that compact I will sleep.
From morn to afternoon, from afternoon to velvet night, you really grasp that boon.
My lord, I know not how to tell the news I bear. I and my comrades sought the prisoner's cell. He is not there. He is not there. We sought the prisoner's cell. He is not there.
As as escort for the prisoner. We sought his cell in duty, found the double gratings open where no prisoner at all we found. We hunted high, we hunted low, we hunted here, we hunted there. The man we sought with anxious care had vanished into empty air. The man we sought with anxious care had vanished into empty air.
I might trot my noses, where the man has vanished into air.
As escort for the prisoner, we sought his cell in duty, found the double gratings open where no prisoner at all we found. We hunted high, we hunted low, we hunted here, we hunted there. The man we sought with anxious care had vanished into empty air. The man we sought with anxious care had vanished into empty air.
Astounding news, the prisoner fled. Thy life shall forfeit be instead.
My lord, I did not set him free. I hate the man, my rival.
The prisoner gone, I'm all again. Thy life shall forfeit be instead. Who could have helped him to escape?
I did not set him free.
I can't imagine who, I've no idea who have you. His escape, no traces lurk, enchantment must have been at work. What have I done? Indeed, I can't imagine who, I've no idea.
Oh, woe is you, your anguish sink. Oh, woe is me, I rather think. Oh, woe is me, I rather think. Woe is me, I rather think. Whatever betide you are his bride. I am left alone, be reckless. Woe is me, I rather think. Woe is me, I rather think. Yes, woe is me.
All frenzy, frenzy with the spell they made. All brave is cheated, all is true. Who is the misbegotten maid? Who hath contrived this thing to do? Let's search again throughout the land for his vindictive anger dread. 1,000 marks, 1,000 marks, he'll men. Who brings him here alive or dead? Who brings him here alive? on sleepy sentinel.
What are ye, whom thee ward? What are ye, whom thee ward? What are in key, shackle and cord, fetter and chain, dungeon of stone, all are in vain. Prisoners flown. Spite of you all, he is free, he is free. Whom do ye ward, pretty warders are ye?
Pretty warders are ye, whom do ye ward? Spite of you all, he is free, he is free. Whom do ye ward, pretty warders are ye?
Up and down and in and out, here and there and round about, every chamber, every house, every chink that holds a mouse, every crevice in the keep, where a beetle black and green, every outlet, every drain have we searched, but all in vain, all in vain.
Whom do ye ward?
Every house, every chink, every drain. Every chamber, every outlet, every search, but all in vain. Warders are we, whom do we ward?
The Merry Jests of Hugh Ambrose, number 7863. The Poor Wit and the Rich Counsellor. A certain poor wit, being an ungood, did meet a well-fed counsellor. Marry, fool, quoth the counsellor, whither away? In truth, said the poor wag, in that I have eaten not these 2 days, I do wither away, and that right rapidly. The counsellor laughed hugely, and gave him a sausage. The counsellor was easier to please than my new master, the lieutenant. I should like to take post under that counsellor. 'Tis but melancholy mumming when poor, heartbroken, jilted Jack Point must needs turn to Hugh Ambrose for regional light humor.
Master Point.
Friend, jailer, jailer that wast, jailer that never shalt be more, jailer that jailed not, or that jailed, if jail he did, so unjailily that 'twas but jerry jailing, or jailing in joke, though no joke to him who by such unjailer like jailing did so jeopardize his jailorship. Come, take heart, smile, laugh, wink, twinkle, thou tormentor that tormentest none, thou racker that rackest not, thou pincher out of place. Come, take heart, and be merry, as I am, as I am.
Aye, it's well for thee to laugh. Thou hast a good post, and cause to be merry.
Cause? Have we not all cause? Is not the world a big butt of humor into which all who will may drive a gimlet? See, I am a salaried wit, and is there aught in nature more ridiculous? A poor, dull, heartbroken man who must needs be merry or he will be whipped, who must rejoice lest he starve, who must jest you, jibe you, quip you, crank you, rack you, riddle you from hour to hour, from day to day, from year to year, lest he dwindle, perish, pine, starve, and die. Why, when there's naught else to laugh at, I laugh at myself till I ache for it.
But I've often thought that a A jester's calling would suit me to a T.
Thee would suit thee, thou death's head and crossbones.
I am a pretty wit, a light, airy, toysome wit, spiced with anecdotes of prison cells in the torture chamber. Oh, most delicate wit. Now, I've tried it on many a prisoner, and there have been some who smiled. Now, it is not easy to make a prisoner smile, and it should not be difficult to be a good jester, seeing that thou art one.
Difficult. Nothing easier. Nothing easier. Attend, and I will prove it to thee. Oh, a private buffoon is a light-hearted loon if you listen to popular rumor. From the morn to the night he's so joyous and bright, and he bubbles with wit and good humor. He's so quaint and so terse, both in prose and in verse, yet though people forgive his transgression, there are one or two rules that all family fools must observe if they love their profession. There are one or two rules, half a dozen maybe, that all family fools of whatever degree must observe if they love their profession. If you wish to succeed as a jester, you'll need to consider each person's auricular. What is all right for B would quite scandalize C, for C is so very particular. And D may be dull, and he's very thick skull, and is as empty of brains as a ladle, while F is F sharp, and doing crime with carp. And he's known your best joke from his cradle. When your humor they flout, you can't let yourself go, and it does put you out when a person says, "Oh, I've known that old joke from me cradle." If your master is surly from getting up early and tempers are short in the morning, an inopportune joke is enough to provoke him to give you at once a month's warning. Then if you refrain, he is at you again, for he likes to get value for money. He'll ask then and there, with an insolent stare, if you know that you're paid to be funny. It adds to the toss of a merriman's place when your principal asks with a scowl on his face. If you know that you're paid to be funny. Comes a bishop maybe, or a solemn DD, oh beware of his anger provoking. Better not pull his hair, don't stick pins in his chair, he don't understand practical joking. If the jest that you crack have an orthodox smack, you may get a bland smile from these sages. What should they by chance be imported from France? Half a crown is stopped out of your wages. It's a general rule, though your zeal may quench if the family fool has a joke too French. Half a crown is stopped out of his wages. Though your head it may rack with a bilious attack, and your senses with toothache you're losing, don't be mopey and flat, they don't fine you for that if you're properly quaint and amusing. Though your wife ran away with the soldier that day and took with her your trifle of money, bless your heart, they don't mind. They're exceedingly kind. They don't blame you as long as you're funny. It's a comfort to feel if your partner should flit. Though you suffer a deal, they don't mind it a bit. They don't blame you so long as you're funny. And so, thou wouldst be a jester, eh?
Aye.
Now listen, my sweetheart, Elsie Maynard, was secretly wedded to this Fairfax half an hour ere he escaped.
Well, she did well.
She did nothing of the kind, so hold thy peace and perpend. Now, while he liveth, she is dead to me, and I to her. So my jibes and jokes notwithstanding, I am the saddest and sorriest dog in England.
Thou art a very dull dog indeed.
Now, if thou wilt swear that thou didst shoot this Fairfax while he was trying to swim across the river.
But thou
it needs but the discharge of an octopus on a dark night, and that he sank and was seen no more. Why then, I'll make thee the very Archbishop of Jesters, and that in 2 days' time. Now, what sayest thou?
I am to lie?
Heartily. But thy lie must be a lie of circumstance, which I will support with the evidence of eyes, ears, and tongue.
And thou wilt qualify me as a jester?
As a jester among jesters, I will teach thee all my original songs, my own self-constructed riddles, my own ingenious paradoxes. Nay, more, I will reveal to thee the source whence I get them.
That's what that is.
Now, what sayest thou?
Well, if it be but a lie thou requirest of me, I'll then chapen off, and I say, yes, it is a bargain. Give me the
Hereupon we're both agreed, of it we two do agree to, will secure by solemn day, to prevent all merriment on you and Elsie are to call, with a story grim and gory.
Out of Fairfax thy door, I declare to, not to swear to.
I just swear to,
I declare to,
I just swear to,
I declare to, I just swear to, I declare to, I just swear to.
Tell a tale of cock and bull, of convincing detailful. Fairness, 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 what a tale of cock and bull. In return for my own part, I am making undertaking to instruct me in the art, under rising of a jester, jesting free, proposition, high ambition,
and a lively wannabe, wag-a-wagging, never flagging,
wag-a-wagging,
never flagging,
wag-a-wagging,
never flagging, wag-a-wagging, wag-a-wagging, never flagging.
Tell a tale of cock and bull, of convincing detail full. Tell three men of fairness, fairness, what a tale of cock and bull. What's a tale of cock? What a tale of bull. What's a tale of cock? What a tale of bull. What's a tale of cock and bull? Cock and bull, cock and bull. Heaven defend us, what a tale of cock and bull.
Gone and no news of poor Fairfax. The dogs, they seek him everywhere, save within a dozen yards of his own dungeon. So, I'm free. Free but for the cursed haste with which I hurried headlong into the bonds of matrimony, with heaven knows whom. As far as I remember, she should have been young, but even had not her face been concealed by her kerchief, I doubt whether in my then plight I would have taken much notice of her. Free. The tower bonds were the thread of silk compared with these conjugal fetters, which, fool that I was, placed upon mine own hands. From the one I broke readily enough. How to break the other?
Free from his fetters cling, free to depart, free both in life and limb, in love at heart, bound to an unknown bride, for good and new. 'Tis not one so dark, 'tis not one so bright, 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 a prisoner still. Free yet in fetters held, till his last hour, gyves that no smith can weld, nor rust devour. Oh, monarch's hand had set him free of all the captive band. The saddest he, the saddest of all the captive band. The saddest, saddest he.
Well, Sergeant Farrell, and how fares thy pretty charge, Elsie Maynard?
Oh, well enough, sir. She is quite strong again, and leaves us tonight.
Thanks to Dame Carruthers' kind nursing, eh?
Deuce take the old witch! 'Twas but a sorry trick you played me, sir, to bring the fainting girl to me. Why, it gave the old lady an excuse for taking up her quarters in my house. And for the past 2 years I've shunned her like the plague. Another day of it and she'd have married me. Oh, good Lord, here she is again. I'll e'en go now.
Nay, Sergeant Merrill, don't go. I have something of grave import to say to thee.
Oh, it's coming.
If faith, I think I'm not wanted here.
Nay, Master Leonard, there's naught I have to say to thy father that his son may not hear.
True, I am one of the family. I had forgotten.
'Tis about this Elsie Maynard, a pretty girl, Master Leonard.
Aye, fair as a peach blossom. What then?
She hath a liking for thee, or I mistake not.
With all my heart. She's as dainty a maid as you'll find in a midsummer day's march.
Then be warned in time, and give not thy heart to her. Oh, I know what it is to give my heart to one who will have none of it.
Aye, she knows all about that. And why is my boy to take heed of her? She's a good girl, Dame Carruthers.
Good, for aught I know, but she's no girl, she's a married woman.
Married woman? Tush, old lady. Why, she's promised to Jack Point, the lieutenant's new jester.
Tush and thy teeth, old man. Why, as my niece Kate sat by her bedside today, this Elsie slept. And as she slept, she moaned and groaned and turned this way and that way, and how shall I marry one I have never seen, quoth she. And 100 crowns, quoth she. And is it certain he will die in an hour, quoth she. And I love him not, and yet I am his wife, quoth she. Is it not so, Kate?
Aye, aunt, 'tis even so.
Art thou sure of all this?
Aye, sir, for I wrote it all down on my tablets.
Now mark my words, it was of this Fairfax she spake. He is her husband, or I'll swallow my kirtle.
Is this true, sir?
True? Why, the girl was raving. Why should a girl marry a man who had but an hour to live?
Marry? There be those who would marry but for a moment, rather than die old maids.
I know one of them.
never see. Groom about to be beheaded in an hour on Tower Green. Tower Green. Groom in dreary dungeon lying, groom as good as dead or dying, for a pretty maiden sighing, pretty maid of 17. 17. Strange adventure that withdrawing, modest maid and gallant groom. Gallant groom. While the funeral bell is tolling, bim-ba-boom. Bim-ba-boom. Modest maiden will not tarry, though but 60 years she carry. She must marry, though the altar be a tomb. Tower tomb. Tower tomb, though the altar be a tomb. Tower tomb.
So, my mysterious bride is no other than this winsome Elsie. By my hand, 'tis no such ill plunge in fortune's lucky bag. I might have fared worse with my eyes open. But she comes. Now to test her principles, 'tis not every husband who has a chance of wooing his own wife. Mistress Elsie.
Master Leonard.
So, thou leavest us tonight?
Yes, Master Leonard. I have been kindly tended, and I almost fear I am loath to go.
And this Fairfax, wast thou glad when he escaped?
Why, truly, Master Leonard, it is a sad thing that a young and gallant gentleman should die in the very fullness of his life.
So when thou didst faint in my arms, it was for joy at his safety.
It may be so. I was highly wrought, Master Leonard, and I am but a girl, and so when I am highly wrought, I faint.
Now, dost thou know I am consumed with a parlous jealousy?
Thou? And of whom?
Why, of this Fairfax, surely.
Of Colonel Fairfax?
I? May I be frank with thee, Elsie? I love thee. Ardently, passionately. Elsie, I have loved thee these 2 days, which is a long time, and I would fain join my life to thine.
Master Leonard, thou art jesting.
Jesting? May I shrivel into raisins if I jest. Elsie, I love thee with a love that is a fever, with a love that is a frenzy, with a love that eateth up my heart. Oh, what sayest thou? Thou wilt not let my heart be eaten up?
Oh, mercy, what am I to say?
Dost thou love me, or hast thou been insensible these 2 days?
I love all brave men.
Nay, there is love in excess. I thank heaven there are many brave men in England, but if thou lovest them all, I withdraw my thanks.
I love the bravest best. But, sir, I may not listen. I am not free. I am a wife.
Thou a wife? Whose? His name, his hours are numbered. Nay, his grave is dug and his epitaph set up. Come, his name.
Sir, keep my secret. It is the only barrier fate could set up between us. My husband is none other than Colonel Fairfax.
The greatest villain unhung. The most ill-favored, ill-mannered, ill-natured, ill-omened, ill-tempered dogs in Christendom.
It is very like. He is not to me, for I never saw him. I was blindfolded, and he was to have died within the hour, and he did not die. And I am wedded to him, and my heart is broken.
He was to have died, and he did not die? Scoundrel! The perjured, traitorous villain, thou shouldst have insisted upon his dying first to make sure. It is the only way with these Fairfaxes.
I now wish I had.
Bloodthirsty little maiden. A fig for this Fairfax. Elsie, be mine. He will never know. He dares not show his face, and if he does, what art thou to him? Elsie, fly with me. We'll be married tomorrow, and thou shalt be the happiest wife in all England.
Master Leonard, I'm amazed. Is it thus that brave soldiers speak to poor girls? Oh, for shame, for shame. I am wed. Not the less because I love not my husband. I am a wife, sir, and I have a duty, and... Oh, sir, thy words terrify me. They are not honest. They are wicked words, and unworthy thy great and brave heart. Oh, shame upon thee. Shame upon thee!
Nay, Elsie, I did but chance. I spake but to try.
Oh, what was that, sir?
Why, an arquebus fired from the wall, unless I much mistake.
Strange, and at such an hour, what can it mean?
Now what can that have been? A shot so late at night, enough to cause a fright. What can the portent mean?
Our foeman in the land is London to be read. Only to expect what danger is at hand. Understand
what danger is at hand.
Who fired that shot? At once the truth declare. My lord, 'twas I, too rashly judge, forbear.
My lord, 'twas he, too rashly judge, forbear.
Like a ghost his vigil keeping,
or a spectre all appalling.
I beheld a figure creeping.
I should rather call it crawling.
He was creeping.
He was crawling.
He was creeping, creeping.
Crawling.
He was creeping.
He was crawling.
He was creeping, creeping.
Crawling.
Not a moment's hesitation, I myself upon him flung, with an hurried exclamation, to his draperies I hung. Then we closed with one another in our rough and tumble smother. Colonel Fairfax and no other was the man to whom I clung.
Colonel Fairfax and no other, Colonel Fairfax and no other, Colonel Fairfax and no other was the man to whom he clung.
After mighty tug and tussle,
it resembled more a struggle.
He might get a stronger muscle.
Oh, by some infernal juggle.
From me clutches quickly sliding.
I should rather call it slipping.
With the view, no doubt, of hiding.
Or escaping to the shipping.
With a gasp and with a quiver.
I describe it as a shiver.
Down he dived into the river, and alas, I cannot swim.
It's enough to make one shiver with a gasp and with a quiver. Down he dived into the river, it was very brave of him.
Ingenuity is captured with the view, mocking his disease, arquebus from sentry snatching.
I should rather call it seizing.
With an ounce or two of lead, I dispatched it through the head.
With an ounce or two of lead, he dispatched it through the head.
I discharged it without winking, little time I lost in thinking. Like a stone, I saw him sinking.
I should say a lump of lead.
He discharged it without winking, little time he lost in thinking.
Like a stone, I saw him sinking.
I should say a lump of lead.
Like a stone, my boy, I said.
Like a heavy lump of lead.
Like a stone, my boy, I said.
Like a heavy lump of lead.
But anyhow, the man is dead, with a stone and lump of lead.
Anyhow, the man is dead, with a stone and lump of lead.
bled.
The river must be dragged, no time be lost. The body must be found at any cost. To this attend without undue delay. So set to work with what dispatch he may.
Yes, yes, we'll set to work with what dispatch we may.
This Fairfax was but a pestilent fellow, and as he had to die, he might as well die thus as any other way. 'Twas a good death.
Still, he was my husband. And had he not been, he was nevertheless a living man, and now he is dead. And so by your leave, my tears may flow unchidden, Master Point.
And thou didst see all this?
Aye, and with both eyes at once, this and that. The testimony of one eye is not, he may lie, but when it is corroborated by the other, it is good evidence that none may gainsay. Here are both, present in court, ready to swear to him.
But art thou sure it was Colonel Fairfax? Saw you his face?
Aye, and a plaguey, ill-favoured face it was. A very hangdog face, a felon face. A face to fright the headsman himself and make him strike awry. Oh, a plaguey bad face, take my word for it.
Sure.
How they laugh. 'Tis ever thus with simple folk. An accepted wit has but to say, pass the grey poop on, and they roar their ribs out.
For if ever I come to life again, thou shalt pay for this, Master Point.
Now, Elsie, thou art free to choose again, so behold me. I am young and well-favoured. I have a pretty wit. I can jest you, jibe you, whip you, rank you, riddle you.
Hush, man, thou knowest not how to woo. 'Tis not to be done with high-born jests and threadbare sophistries, with quips, conundrums, rhymes, and paradoxes. 'Tis an art in itself, and must be studied gravely and conscientiously. A man who would woo a fair maid should prentice himself to the trade, and study all day in methodical way how to flatter, cajole, and persuade. He should prentice himself at 14, and practice from morning to evening. And when he's of age, if he will not engage, he may capture the heart of a queen, the heart of a queen. It is purely a matter of skill, reach all may attain if they will. But every chap he must study the land if he wants to make sure of his chief. He wants to make sure of his chief.
If he's made the best use of his time, his twig so carefully lime, that every bit will come down in his way, whatever its plumage or climb. He must know that the thrill of a touch may mean later nothing or not. It's an instrument rare to be handled with care, and not to be treated as such. Not to be treated as such. It is purely a matter of skill.
which all may attain if they will. But every jockey must ride on him if he wants to make sure he's cheering. He wants to make sure of his timid or free, it may vary in mighty degree, from an insolent stare to a look of despair that no maid without pity can see. Then a glance of despair is no guide, it may have its ridiculous side, it may draw you a tear, or a box of the ear. You can never be sure till you've tried. Never be sure till you've tried. It is purely a matter of skill, which all may attain if they will. But every jockey must study the knack if he wants to make sure of his cheer. He wants to make sure. If he wants to make sure of his cheer, yes, every jack must study the knack. If he wants to make sure. Now listen to me. 'Tis done thus. Mistress Elsie, there is one here who, as thou knowest, loves thee right well.
That he does, right well.
He is but a man of poor estate, but he hath a loving, honest heart. He'll be a true and trusty husband to thee, and if thou wilt consent to be his wife, thou shalt lie curled up in his heart like a little squirrel in its nest.
'Tis a pretty figure. A maggot in a nut lies closer, but a squirrel will do.
He knows that thou wast a wife, an unloved and unloving wife, and his heart was near to breaking, but now that thine unloving husband is dead, and thou art free, he would fain pray that thou wouldst hearken unto him, and give him hope that thou wouldst one day be his.
He presses her hands, he whispers in her ear, odds bodikins, what does it mean?
Now, sweetheart, tell me, wilt thou be this poor good fellow's wife?
If the good brave man. Is he a brave man?
So men say.
That's not true, but let it pass.
If the brave man will be content with a poor, penniless, untaught maid.
Widow, but let that pass.
I will be his true and loving wife, and that with my heart of hearts.
My own dear love.
Why, what's all this? Brother, it is unseemly.
No, I can't let that pass. Oh, enough, Master Leonard. An advocate should have his fee, but methinks thou art overpaying thyself.
Nay, that is for Elsie to say. I promised thee that I would show thee how to woo. Herein lies the proof of the virtue of my teaching. Go thou and apply it elsewhere.
When the wooer goes wooing, what is truer than his joy?
Maiden hushing on his suing, oddly blushing, bravely coy, bravely coy, oddly blushing.
Oh, the happy days of doing.
Oh, the happy days of doing. Oh, the sighing and the suing. When the woman was a-wooing. Oh, the sweets that never cloy.
When a brother leaves his sister for another, sister weeps. Tears that trickle, tears that blister, tears but mickle, sister reaps. Tears that trickle, tears that blister.
Oh, the doing and undoing.
Oh, the doing and undoing. Oh, the sighing and the suing. When a brother does a wooing, and the sobbing sister weeps.
When a jester is outwitted, feelings fester, heart is led. Food for fishers only fitted, jester wishes he was dead. Food for fishers only fitted, jester wishes he was dead.
Oh, the doing and undoing. Oh, the sighing and the suing. When a jester goes a-wooing, and he wishes he was dead. Oh, the doing and undoing. Oh, the sighing and the suing. When a jester goes a-wooing, and he wishes he was dead. He wishes he was dead.
And I helped that man to escape. And I've kept his secret, but pretended to be his dearly loving sister. And done everything I could think of to make folk believe I was his loving sister. And this is his gratitude. Before I pretend to be sister to anybody again, I'll become a nun and be sister to everybody.
In tears, huh? What a plague art thou grisling for now?
Why am I grisling? Thou hast often wept for jealousy. Well, 'tis for jealousy I weep now. Aye, yellow, bilious, jaundiced jealousy. So make the most of that, Master Winfred.
But I've never given thee cause for jealousy. The lieutenant's bookmaid and I are but the merest gossips.
Jealous of thee? I'm jealous of no craven cock on a hill who crows about what he'd do when he dared. No, I'm jealous of another, and a better man than thou. So set that down, Master Winfred. And he is to marry Elsie Maynard, that pale little fool. So set that down, Master Winfred. And my heart is well nigh broken. There, thou hast it all. Make the most of it.
The man thou lovest is to marry Elsie Maynard. But that is none other than thy brother, Leonard Merrill.
Oh, mercy. What have I said?
Why, what manner of brother is this? Thou lying little chide, speak! Who is this man whom brother, and fondled, and cuddled, and kissed. With my connivance, too. Oh, Lord, with my connivance! Could it be this Fairfax? It is this accursed Fairfax. It's Fairfax, isn't it? Fairfax again. It's always Fairfax. Fairfax now. Fairfax forever. Fairfax. Fairfax.
Whom thou hast just shot through the head, and who lies in the bottom of the river.
I may be mistaken. We are but fallible mortals, the best of us. But I'll make sure. Oh, I'll make sure.
Stay! One word. I think that it cannot be Fairfax. Mind, I say I think. Because thou hast slain Fairfax. But if it be Fairfax or no Fairfax, he is to marry Elsie, and as thou hast just shot him through the head, and he is dead, be content with that. And I will be thy wife.
Art thou sure?
Aye, sure enough, for there's no helping it. Thou art a very brute. But even brutes must marry, I suppose.
Phoebe! Phoebe, rejoice, for I bring glad tidings. Colonel Fairfax's reprieve was signed 2 days since, but was foully and maliciously kept back by Secretary Poldwhistle, who designed that it should arrive after the Colonel's death. It hath just come to hand, and it is now in the Lieutenant's possession.
Then the Colonel is free? Kiss me! Kiss me, my dear! Kiss me again!
Oh, God's death of alive! Art thou mad? Am I mad? Are we all mad?
Oh my God, well nigh crazed with joy!
Come away from him, thou hussy! Thou jade! Thou kissing, clinging cockatrice! And as for thee, sir, devil take thee. I'll rip thee like an herring for this. I'll cleave thee to the chine. Phoebe, who is this man?
He's fool. He is my brother.
Another brother? Are there any more of them? Produce them all at once. Let me know the worst.
This is the real Leonard, dolt. The other was but his substitute. The real Leonard, I say, my father's own son.
How do I know this? Hath he brother writ large on his brow? I mistrust thy brothers. Thou art but a false jade.
Now, Wilfred, be just. Truly, I did deceive thee before. But it was to save a precious life, and to save it not for myself, but for another. They ought to be wed this very day. Is not that enough for thee? Come, I am thy Phoebe, thy very own. And we will be wed in a year or two, or 3 at the most. Is not that enough for thee?
Phoebe! Phoebe! Phoebe, hast thou heard the brave news?
Aye, father.
I'm nigh mad with joy. What's all this?
Father, He discovered our secret through my folly. And the price of his silence is...
Phoebe's art!
Oh dear, no. Phoebe's hand.
It's the same thing.
Is it?
Oh, 'tis pity. But the Colonel had to be saved at any cost. And as thy folly revealed our secret, thy folly must e'en suffer for it. Dame Carruthers.
So, this is a plot to shield this arch-fiend, and I have discovered it. A word from me and 3 heads besides his should roll from their shoulders.
Nay, the Colonel is reprieved. Yet, if my complicity in his escape were known, plague take the old meddler. There's nothing for it. Hush, pretty one. Such bloodthirsty words ill become those the cherry lips.
Sergeant Merrill?
Why, look, Chuck, for many a month now I've said to myself, there's snug love saving up in that middle-aged bosom for someone. Why not for thee? That's me. So take heart and tell her, that's thee, that thou, that's me, lovest her, thee, and I'm a miserable old man, and I've done it, and that's me. But not a word about Fairfax. The price of thy silence is
Merrill's heart?
No, Merrill's hand.
It's the same thing.
Is it?
Praise the youth
say, thy husband lives, and he is free, and comes to claim his bride this very day.
Look out, look out! It cannot be!
Mine is a heart of massive rock, unmoved by sentimental shock.
Thy heart and he.
Thy heart is thine forever.
have a song to sing. Oh,
Sing me your song,
it is sung to the moon by a love-lorn moon, then from the mocking throng. Oh, it's the song of a merry man rolling home, whose soul was sad and whose lungs was glum, who sipped no sun and who craved no crumb, as he sighed for the love of a lady.
I have a song to sing, oh.
What is your song,
It is sung with the ring of the songs made sing, who love with love lifelong. Oh,
sung to the moon by a lovelorn loon who fled from the mocking throng. Song of a merry man moping mum, whose soul was sad and whose glance was glum, who sipped no sup and who craved no crumb, as he sighed for the love of a lady. Lady, lady, misery me, lackadaisy, sipped no sup and he craved no crumb, as he sighed for the love of a lady.
I have a song to sing, oh.
What is your song, oh?
It is sung with a sigh and a tear in the eye, and tearless crop. It's a song of a merry maid, tearly crop, who loved our Lord, who loved our love, and the moan of the merry man moping mum, whose soul was sad and whose glance was glum, who sipped no sup and who craved no crumb, as he sighed for the love of a lady. Misery me, lackadaisy, he sipped no sup and he craved no crumb, as he sighed for the love of a lady.
I have a song to sing, oh.
Sing me your song, oh.
It is sung to the knell of a churchyard bell and a doleful dirge ding-dong, oh. It's a song of a popinjay bravely born, who turned up his noble nose with scorn, and the humble merry maid dearly proud, who loved a lord and who laughed aloud, and the moan of the merry man moping mum, whose soul was sad and whose glance was glum, who sipped no sup and who craved no crumb, as he sighed for the love of a lady. Lady, lady, misery me, lackadaisy, sipped no sup and he craved no crumb, as he sighed